Well, afternoon all. The final race of the year here in Battersea Park. The elite women. And what a lineup we have. I mean, the men put on a show, but we have some real caliber in this one. Alex Millard and Alex Bell going head to head. I believe the pair of them have requested the 15-15 time that Ricky Harvey will pace them to. So away they go, these elite women. And it's the two Alexes who we expect to be to the fore. There's no doubt about that. Harvey, who placed back in November, actually. Charlotte Danick won on that occasion, and he did a very good job of dragging her through, keeping the tempo honest in that first 5K, in that first 4K, apologies. And it's just that 3K to 4K where these women will need that help from the likes of Harvey. So he's going to do that. You can see Millard, Hannah Irwin, Alex Bell in there as well. Lauren Church, Omar Ahmed is alongside her. And he is the man who's going to be responsible for pacing that 15-15 group is Harvey, and 15-50 Omar Ahmed is going to try and target. And Ethan McColgan, a little further back, will be looking at getting 16-30 for a few others in there as well, which is a milestone. And we've got 30 women who are inside 16-30 on this occasion. I'll tell you what, just enjoy the crowd, because we have one hell of an atmosphere here on New Year's Eve, and bring everyone to London on a special day. And you're going to get some special athletes as well. Just gives them all the more reason to be here. And so the likes of Millard is off to Tallahassee. Warmer climates in just over a week now. On the same weekend as Valencia 10K, which I expect we might even see someone like Alex Bell. We know Wakefield is going to be off to Valencia along with many, many other Brits. And I think we might see Bell out there. So Bell preparing for the road, Millard for the country. She'll run that short course with Alex Millard. And she was picked off of not showing. I mean, she has an incredible CV. There are no questions about that. But of course, didn't have many performances to her name to show form of late. And so this is her opportunity to do that. Here's Millard. And so there'll be a few eyes on her, but so far, so good as they're through that opening 400 or 500 meters, and she's looking very, very comfortable, right in behind Harvey. And she's the fastest in the field. She's one of the athletes who is right on the cusp of 15 minutes. And our women's 5K is so competitive in the UK right now. We got 4 or 5 of them who could all look and target those teams at the Europeans and the Commonwealths. It's going to be a busy summer. And if Millard is in low 15 shape today, then in 6 months' time, you'd hope she can go on to break that barrier. So Ricky Harvey doing a job up front. He's got a yard or two on these women. He'll check his shoulder as they come through what is this first half a lap or so. In fact, this first kilometre. And we'll keep one eye on the clock, as it is one big train. So many of them will look out for those pacers. And Ricky Harvey, the one up at the front, got married before Christmas, just got back from his honeymoon in Miami, so that's why he's looking a little browner than most this time of year. A little more tanned out there. So Millard, Bell and Hannah Irwin. You know, perhaps Hannah Irwin recently, the one in form 31.44 up at Telford. His second female on that occasion, took down her training partner, Sam Harrison. So training partner Irwin, coached by Pavey, Harrison by Rob Denmark. And so Harvey just checking his watch, glancing down. Next time around will be 2 kilometres. He looks very, very smooth. Just like those 3 women in behind him. Reluctant to get right on his heels, that's for sure. So the pair of them have the track pedigree. Irwin over a distance, Millard over 5K, and Bell over the 8 and the 15. Never wanted to operate a 5K on the track, was done with it, wanted to move her attention to the road, and has done so with huge success so far. Over the 10K, that 70-minute half marathon. She gets ever closer to 30 minutes over 10K as well. I'm sure that'll be a goal for her in future years. So these 3 on the quietest part of the course, Millard, Bell and Irwin. all key off Harvey, and it looks like Belle is just thinking to herself at this stage, I kind of want to get on the heels of Harvey, but I haven't quite got the confidence to do so. Lauren Church, Yvie Lock, Jess Gibbon, looking for Mia Waldman in there as well, and a few others split out. There's McColgan's group, big old cluster of them, operating at 16:30 tempo, and they're looking very good early on. Rebecca Flaherty looked to be leading that one, just edging ahead of that pacer, McColgan. So you can just see what's going through Belle's mind, and Millard is just going to make it hard for her and just say, well, if you want to close that gap, if you want to be the person on his heels, then you do it, because I'm quite content here, and I know what's going to happen in 3 or 4K's time. Harvey will drop out, and do you really want to be leading a 157 800 meter runner? That's going to be the questions going through these ladies' head, but boy, do they look smooth and relaxed at this stage. 2 kilometers is fast approaching. That'll be the next marker. That'll be on the track, and they'll have 2 laps to run from there. So, no change in this lead pack at all. At all. No swapping of the lead. Irwin still being shielded by the 2 Alexes out front. Quite different careers. Millard up at Loughborough, then spent time out in the NCAs, where she's just finished up at Providence, where she's been running some of her final races, low 15 minutes. And then you've got Alex Bell, who's come through that English system year after year, trying to make those teams over the 800 meters. And then over the last year or so, battled with the decision of retirement. They said, I'm not done yet. You know, I've got more to give, and what's more, I love this sport. I just need to find some new motivation, and boy, she found that when it comes to the roads and these longer events. And I think she has the advantage of just that serial turnover over the 8 and the 15 and the track work that's settling in, albeit it's difficult to that sort of just on the cusp of 3-minute Ks, but it still feels a lot smoother than those 60s ever did on the track. So Harvey, Millard, Belle, and Irwin, and it's almost like Belle's been instructed, don't take the lead, be as patient as possible. And she's winning races, and I think that comes from her track pedigree. She'll always look to win. Before anything, the time is irrelevant. She knows she can go to Europe and attack a fast time, and potentially we will see her in Valencia. And she'll look to crack 31 minutes there. But for now, she looks content at just trying to win this one, just trying to get the measure on Millard, who has been selected, of course, for that World Cross Country Championships in Tallahassee. So Harvey's still up front, and he's glancing at his watch, which does suggest that they're dropping off that 15:15 tempo that they requested, and that's partly down to those athletes not want to be too involved in that early pace, I suspect. And Irwin, I mentioned that 31:44 up in Telford, but also that 15:24 at the back end of last, well, say the back end of last year, it's not 2026 yet, but a few months ago, at 15:24 for Irwin, and she's proving very, very comfortable amongst his company. So Harvey glances back, he's going to take these women through another K or so as they approach 3K. And then now side by side. Less on the shoulder, more side by side. And we are being spoilt here today on New Year's Eve. You always ask the question, you know, how have these athletes been preparing? How's their Christmas period been? How are they going to look coming into 2026? Well, this is giving us a true indication. Lauren Church, by the way, right on Omar Ahmed's heels, doing a fine job, pulling away from the likes of Jess Gibbon, Yvie Lock in there, Gemma Kersey in there as well. The Jordan Lee twins and Rebecca moving through this field, and we'll have a lot of runners to hunt down. European Under-23 International. We thought we were going to see Mia Waldman, bronze medalist last year, back to defend that podium spot. Not here on this occasion.
Yeah, relaxing.
So, still Harvey up front. Won't be pulling out anytime soon. We'll see if he can drag these women through to the fastest time possible. And now I expect this race will be a slow burn up, a slow wind up over the next few kilometers. You can just tell, I mean, the best of the best are always good at hiding any sort of stress that they might be under. They always look relaxed no matter what, but they have been extremely relaxed, these two. You can barely hear them breathing. They're barely touching the ground, just kissing off it. And they are so fluid. And so is Irwin, to her credit, in third place as well. So in they go for the penultimate time. Round the track, they're getting used to going round it in reverse. Whitfield spoke about how it did feel a little weird. Usually the way this Battersea course is set up is every turn you take is a left-hand turn. On this occasion, every turn you take is a right-hand turn. And it is a little bit of a strange feeling, especially for runners who are used to doing lap after lap after lap, going around the track in that anti-clockwise formation. So, nothing to separate these two. Who is going to make that move? We saw in the men's race, Kingston had to do the hard yards for so long. And I feel like, although they've had Harvey in front, Millard has been that person. It's been on her. How big that gap to Harvey is, has been her decision. Pretty much for the last 3-4 kilometers. So they know they're into that last mile. They know what lies ahead of them. And looking at that last race, that inside line on the track is going to be absolutely crucial for these women. And Irwin, don't count her out. Is she going to make a move? You'd probably say she has to if she wants to get something out of this race. If she wants to challenge these top two. Ask the question. She should be very confident. The last few months she's had, the last year she's had, has been incredible. Back to her very, very best. Back setting lifetime bests as well. But you feel she's got to get up front and she's got to put her foot down. And sometimes you do that on 1 or 2 occasions and you start to have the confidence that you can go on and beat these women, not to fear these women. They've only got 10, 15 seconds over her anyway, over 5,000 meters. So, Harvey still leads. Here's the 4-kilometer point. And he'll peel off and let these women race over that last kilometer, up to the bandstand and back to the track. So, nothing has changed. It's been like this for 4 kilometers. This is rare that you see this. And then have that bandstand. And I wonder if Irwin will try anything on this turn as well. And Harvey's just going to stay in it. He's going to get them round there. Just keep this pressure on. And they'll welcome that. They'll appreciate it. But there is a part of perhaps, you know, Bell or Millard who go, do you know what? I just want to get the match up on the lady next to me. I'm not fussed about the pacer at this stage. So Millard has that inside line. Very important. She has that against Bell. Hannah Irwin has negotiated these turns extremely well. Lauren Church is now on her own in 4th place. Out of the way. Jess Gibbon and co. do battle. Yvie Lock moving very well up through the field. The 5-mile champion from a few weeks ago. And I've been told to up my cadence on the bike here. These women are doing exactly that. So, and I wonder now, is Hannah Irwin just starting to struggle? She's feeling that pace increase. Is Hannah Irwin at this stage just a meter that separates her, Alex Bell and Millard, who are still 2 abreast. And you know what? If you're Bell, you've got to be thinking, how do I get on the inside on the track? Because that's going to be the difference. 7 meters a lap of the track in lane 1 comparatively to lane 2, that's what it's worth. And you've got 2 bends to deal with. And 7 meters could be the difference between 1st and 2nd here in this elite women's race. It's a race for the ages. Last year we saw Walcott Nolan and Poppy Tank come into the track pretty much side by side. And Nolan destroyed her, really, in that last 350 meters. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Bell makes that move. She uses the ramp down beside her. Strikes ahead of Millard. I said she'd want the inside. She's no fool. She'll know exactly what she's doing. She bided her time. And she'll also know, you know what? Millard got picked for that World Cross team. And I'm going to prove, not that I wanted to go, but that I'm better than her on this occasion. And Belle's doing just that. Look at this guy. Look at her go. Millard's got a battle against Hannah Irwin here as well. 150 to run for these women. And Alex Bell with a trademark 800-meter specialist kick here has put about 20 meters or so into Millard, who led for so long. And Millard will just think, I've got to get the job done on Irwin behind. So, Bell will win this all the way home. Keep an eye on the clock, going to be just outside 15:20. Be a lifetime best for her by some margin for Alex Bell. Do you know what? Hannah Irwin's taken Millard here in what is a bit of an upset, just outside her lifetime best. And Millard, who led for so long, tough to win in that scenario. She found herself at the front, and it was always going to be a tough battle from there. Third place for her, and they are light years ahead of the rest. How many are we going to get sub 16 here? As the rest of these elite women come home. Laura Church in fourth, just dipped 16. Credit to her. Had to run a lot of that solo as well. Jess Gibbon, GB International is coming home. Gemma Kersey. Katie Pye's going to have one hell of a run. 16:15 or so for the youngster. There's a lot of lifetime bests in this field. I said we had